to you. Back with another episode. And this one's my boy Charlie, who you have seen many times, got promoted to co-host as well. So he's going to be on more and more, and we've got a show coming out in the winter, which we've been working on. But yeah, I thought, I've had him on a few times with other mates, so with his mates, and also my mates in a sense, I would say as well. I hope they see me as their mate, not just the guy that asks them to come around the shed every now and then. But yeah, it's one I've wanted to do for a while and sort of highlight Charlie for who Charlie is and what he represents and his life and what's happened to him and what's led him to the reality of the now and what he's planning to do in the future. But yeah, it was a really good talk. Looking at the life of being a teacher and Muay Thai fighter and a creative in the world we're in, and all different aspects of strengths and weaknesses around the reality you can be in. So yeah, I always thoroughly enjoy talking to Charlie anyway. But it's just good to have it recorded and let you know a bit more about Charlie and what, who he is and what reality he is in. So yeah, let's get into this one and enjoy.
It's like they've really spun a web. Our consciousness,
I can't describe how it
is slightly false.
To me, it's a slightly darker version.
Because there is
But I could look into my
collective consciousness.
Imagination.
Truth is what real reality is based on.
Art in
my crazy.
Your art is there.
Just because you say it's like that doesn't mean I'm going to read it like that.
They still don't know where consciousness is. So when I'm meditating... Yeah, I bet you do.
It's basically your heart.
Really?
Yeah.
Trying to make it as loud as possible.
I've always wanted to whistle like that.
What, can't you do it?
Can't do it.
It's not too hard, Oh, this is going to be...
Take your time, mate. Take your time.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want the long... That's not any longer. I think that'll be alright. I'll just chill. Right. Good start with this sound. Have you ever done it like that?
I always do it like that.
Oh, didn't work.
Bottled it. That's on camera as well. Oh my god. Strike 3 and you're out. Hey.
Okay.
Nice one.
Hang on.
See, that's the cool way to do it.
I've got Thanos.
I know you do.
But
I thought you were just trying to look cool.
No, I wanted the sound effects.
Ah.
People are going to be like, why is he fucking doing that? Right. I know you didn't want to drink, so that's a good mate, innit? He doesn't let you drink alone.
Cheers.
What episode did we just do last?
What's that? 15? No, I don't know.
15, right. So this is...
No, it might not be.
This is going to be 17. You're going to jump into the future.
Sweet.
So...
Where's that water?
Here.
Oh, do you want to fill it up before we...
Yeah.
Oh, that Moretti is class out of bottle, isn't it?
It's nice, bro.
But what?
Right. Let's actually start from here.
Hey. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this should be called On a Regular.
Get the fuck up. Simon says, get the fuck up. Throw your hands in the sky. Weezer's in the back, sipping yak, yo, what's up?
Now, on a regular, here comes the Wanderer. It's you, isn't it?
Oh, because I'm...
Because you're regular.
Regular.
Yeah.
Regular.
because obviously, I mean, people that are listening or people that have watched have obviously seen you a few times. But I was like, we've got to do this. Like, we've got to do a pod together. Like, we haven't done,
Yeah, man.
you know, where it's like me and you,
Yeah.
and like we're working out like who we are.
Ooh, that's a never-ending cycle,
Yeah,
a never-ending
for sure.
journey.
Yeah, I mean, well, I wanted to do this for a while, to be honest. But like, I think when it's the lads one, it's like it's entirely different. The one-on-one
Yeah,
with me
man.
and you, we've had these chats, but obviously not recorded.
Yeah, of course. Well, we always have these chats, man.
Yeah.
No one can not have these chats when they're talking to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You just
Oh,
drag them out of people.
come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. Give me
Yeah.
some more.
Yeah. So, I mean, for people that are new listeners or people that are, I think everyone's fucking seen your face, really. It's nice to see you without glasses, but the episode everyone will see by this time will see us all in glasses.
Hey, man.
But yeah, where did we meet? We met.
We met at Boardmasters.
Yeah.
What, 20? Would it be 17? No. Yeah, no. It would have probably been about 2017. So we've probably known each other about 5 years, I'd say.
Yeah, that's it. You had a glittery beard, innit?
Yeah. No, but that's not the first time we met.
When did we meet before that then?
No, it was at that festival. But the first time we met, that's not when I had that glittery beard.
When did we meet then?
We met. The first time we met.
I was drunk the whole period. You met
It's just-
Brian first.
It's just all merged into
Yeah,
one
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
like
yeah.
most festivals.
Yeah, you literally met Brian first,
Mm.
and then I was like, "Oh, how you doing?"
Yeah. Well, to be honest, you at festivals, you don't say much, or you don't say much to people who
No.
are you think are gonna distract you from their work, and I respect it.
Mm.
Definitely respect that.
Yeah.
But it was like I think you just thought I'd
He's
just
being a
be
bit cunty.
No, I think you just thought I'd be like a passing person in your life that you never see again.
Yeah.
And like somehow here I am.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. No, I think with people that you meet, it doesn't always. We just bonded quite quickly. We
No, we
become
did.
mates pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes like you're friends with someone and you meet them, and then maybe a couple of years later you actually come back to that person and you realize the reason you met at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's a different journey. It's not just a straightforward journey. As in, I don't know though. I think you can tell a lot of the time when you first start talking to someone. Sometimes you just bounce off each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Most of the time, for me, I was saying this to someone recently that I don't know, like, you know.
Yeah, go on.
You're
Go
right
on.
there.
No, I'm listening. I just don't like the laptop in the thing.
Okay.
In the shot.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying. Telling someone recently that, bro, what's going on? Alright, get comfortable.
I'm playing
Settle
music.
in.
You know
Settle
what? I'm
in.
like, why is he so low? I'm like, because you're going like this, so I keep seeing your head's disappearing beyond the laptop.
Hold on, can I sort out this chair?
There you go. We've been a mess today. I've taken ages. Just to let everyone know, I was like, I need a pizza. Then like the GoPro's going off. Then like,
So what, is this better?
yeah, we're good.
This is
We're good.
good
We're
angle.
comfortable.
Yeah, this
We're
looks like
comfortable.
this looks like a good
Oh
angle.
yeah.
We got this.
It's good with these cameras, isn't it? You check yourself out.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
So yeah, it was boardies, isn't it? That's what we first talking about.
Yeah. But so when we first do you know what I think it was? There was a friend of mine knew or kind of knew or maybe knew from social media someone who was working for Dirty Rich, your brand, at the festival.
I know what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
because we was at the festival because he knew
He hung around in the shop.
what not in Camden.
No, in the shop.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. But because we was only we wasn't even going to go to the festival, but it looked like a sick lineup. There was like Gigs, the band Slaves.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, there's some good headliners that year as well. They weren't even the headliners. There's some really good headliners. So I was like, no, I'm down to go. And he got free tickets.
Yeah.
So I was like, sweet, let's go. And when we was on our way there, it was like, oh, I know this girl that's working there. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember how they knew each other, but we walked past the shop and they saw each other, so they started speaking, and I was just kind of around the shop at Walmart.
Yeah.
And then because it was quite a young festival, we just kind of hung around the shop most of the time with you lot, because you was around our age.
Yeah.
And it was probably the best vibe at the festival, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I think we just clicked, and then
What do you think it would have been like if we met like 10 years ago?
do you know what?
Like younger people, because I don't think I'm the same person I was 10 years ago, and I don't think you are either.
No, I'm far from. I'm so different.
What was you like as a 20-year-old then?
I had no idea who I was.
Out every night.
Well, I was a ridiculous human being. I was in uni, but yeah, I didn't have a clue who I was. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted from life. I'd done a course that I'll probably never use.
Was that business?
Yeah, not like I won't use business, but I didn't take anything from the actual course.
Yeah.
Like, I just basically went to uni because I didn't know what else to do after college.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was just a bit of a mess within my head, and also I think I still held a lot of resentment within my life towards a lot of different things. One of the things was, I don't know.
What was it?
No, I don't know. Like, I think I had a bit of a wobble in my first year of college because in my first year of sixth form, should I say? Yeah. Because I went to a really, should we say, a tricky school in North London. Like a tough school in North London. Yeah. And basically, long story short, but there was like a teacher that basically got us into a really good, myself and basically a group of us from my secondary school. Yeah. Got us into a really good school in Camden, like a really elite sixth form. Yeah. And I just didn't know. I didn't know how to take it or how to present myself, who I was, how to react to situations, because I went from, honestly, when I still talk to my mates about our secondary school experience, and the playground was like a prison yard. Yeah. Like, it's insane. Like, as in, like, I'm not like I was laughing, but it's not funny at all. Like, someone from my year got stabbed to death in year 9. Someone from the year above got stabbed to death. Like, fucking hell. It was like it was a really fucking rough school. We was on like dispatchers. Do you remember dispatchers on the BBC? Yeah. They took all like hidden cameras into our school, things like that. It was mad. But so going from that to quite a wealthy middle class sixth form. Yeah. There was like a small group of us from that school, because, as I say, like, we were very intelligent. Like, I was always very intelligent, but it was also my form tutor was basically not done some booky stuff in the system, but I think it was almost like a very good reference to someone he knew. Do you know what I mean?
He helped you out.
He helped us out. He helped us out, definitely. Yeah. And I had no idea how to go from survival mode for the past 5 years to being, like, just in a much different predicament. Yeah. A much different predicament. Yeah. Like, when teachers...
Why did it make you feel unsettled, though, if it was easier?
Because I had no idea...
the transformation of it?
I had no idea who I was, and I didn't feel as if I was good enough. Yeah. I guess I had like maybe an inferiority complex.
Can't accept the abundance.
Yeah, but it's not just not being able to accept the abundance. It's also just not knowing how to fit in with the majority as well, I guess. And just knowing you're different and not really understanding why, and not being able to accept yourself for who you are, or not really knowing who you are or what you want or how you really want to dress. Just kind of... Yeah. It was, as I say, it was always kind of, maybe a state of survival a lot of the time, because it was so fucking tough, like the original school, and then going from that to such a well-to-do like sixth form was just very strange. Like, for example, in my secondary school, the teacher leaves the classroom and there's a chaos. There's chairs flying, there's like people getting slapped, bags getting stolen, like things thrown out the window. It's mad. Or like substitute teachers, and like my art teacher in particular, like my class, I was in classes where the class made the teacher cry like multiple times. Multiple times. Or like, the deputy heads constantly getting called to the class and things like that. But like, I remember, like, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Our art teacher was legit. I think he had mental health issues, which is actually really is sad to think about now. But you know, as you know, what how old are you in year 7? 14 or something? Between 13.
Your backpack's bigger than you.
Between like 13 and whatever 15, you're not thinking about do you know what, having compassion and empathy for someone with mental health issues. Everyone's just kind of taking the piss, I guess. And like he always used to go into this little cupboard in his classroom.
Yeah.
And like I remember one time like I was not involved in it, can I just say? I was not involved in it. But like people locked him in his cupboard and shit and then just went to lunch.
Yeah.
Like shit like it was
Yeah,
mad.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
madness.
Yeah.
And then I remember the first time a teacher left the classroom when I was in sixth form, and like I was like, oh shit, here we go, shit's about to go, like get ready for some fun or something. And like everyone just carried on doing their work. I was like, rah, like so this is civilization. This is
it's
society.
funny because your normality is like, you know, that as soon as the teacher leaves you can do what you want for free in
it's
a
like
sense.
Prison guards gone or something.
And
like,
whereas like
used to
with
the
them
jungle.
they just want to get on with it, I suppose. My school was weird, man, because my secondary school, it was next to my primary school, and it was brand new, so there was only 1 year above. So
That's sick.
Yeah, it was sick, but also it was shit because it was like schools are businesses in a sense. They have to, you know, work out the runnings. They have to work out, you know, firstly the economics of it, secondly the teaching, or it should be the other way around, really the education first. But obviously it was 1 year above me, so all the teachers and everything else, they're getting to know each other, the way the system's running and everything else. It was just like you. I mean, we was running on lockers in class, like we were nicking teachers' cigarettes. We had these window lips at the top, so it's big windows, and then you could see the playground and everything else. I used to rip papers out of diaries and throw them out of the window, and then they'd just scatter across. But
that's like the original Making It Rain.
Yeah, there was like no repercussions in the school. I had a fight once, and like I wasn't exactly the fighter, still not, but it was with this kid called Ergay.
Do you need to bleep that name out?
No, I don't know where the fuck he is now, and I don't really care.
He might know where you are.
Yeah. I'm in the fucking shed. Let's go.
I got it.
But I got in a fight with him. It wasn't nothing major, like one hit, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was a whole hallway thing, and the teachers are just like, right, you go and sit in that room, you go and sit in that room, and none of them come and got us or anything. We just sat in two different, and that was it. You know. So I went to the headmistress's. Miss Cross, her name was.
Oh yeah.
Never Cross though. Went there once or twice. You know, it just, the whole running of it was just a bit mad. But I do think also, like I was lost in school. I didn't know myself at all. Like I just used to draw in books all the time. Like I used to draw girls' names in books or graffiti and shit.
Graffiti.
Yeah.
So did you go to a mixed school?
Yeah. Was yours all boys then?
All boys.
Ah,
All
fucking
boys.
hell,
Yeah,
just
man.
full of testosterone.
People trying to prove themselves from all different areas around there and shit like that. And just everyone trying to make their name and shit.
So would you say, like, coming from that, you know, a lot of what you said was that, you know, you didn't know yourself. Would you say that you're getting to know yourself now, or you're becoming happy with who Charlie is now?
I'd say
as you're nearing the 30s.
I'd say, well, I'm still getting to know myself 100%, but I'm also becoming.
I think we always do.
Yeah, and right now I'm also becoming a lot more secure within myself and within everything within myself, my decisions, even the decisions I've made. You know, it's also about, you know, there's all that healing and forgiving yourself for the past decisions you've made.
Yeah.
Because I think for a lot, this is what I was going to say, for a lot of the time I held resentment about how I did act that first year of sixth form. And do you know what? There was, not to make excuses or nothing like that, but there was a lot of personal stuff going on as well. Like,
yeah, of course. I had a lot of shit going on through school as well, which throws you. You can't, like, even if the thing is, when you're a young mind, you don't understand a lot of it. Also,
you don't know how to process it.
So
you
now,
don't even know if there's something wrong. To be honest, like,
it's
only
true.
looking back, you're like, wow, I was very confused. You don't realize at the time. You just act on impulse. It's a lot more primal, I guess.
Yeah.
But so my first year of sixth form, I got, what was it? I got was it DDE? DDE, dead.
Yeah.
But and I had to drop the fourth one because I couldn't keep up with the work basically.
Yeah.
And they gave me a mentor, and she was shocking. Like, she was so bad. She just didn't get it. Didn't know how to connect. She was terrible. Like, did not get it. And then the second year in like my A2, it was, things just turned around. I think I just turned it around because it was the first results day where I was ever embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because I guess my mum, coming from like a single parent household as well, she was always, you know, she done her best and she was used to me being intelligent and used to me getting good grades and things like that. And then it's the first one where I've ever felt like I let her down. And that was pretty heartbreaking. I mean, I think at the time, maybe I tried to act as if I didn't care, but thinking back to it now, it must have been heartbreaking for her, for real. And it was heartbreaking for me, for real. So I think that second year, they gave me a different mentor, and she was really amazing, really, really amazing. She just knew how to connect with me. She was a lot more personable. She took my interests and took them into account, and basically structured her own, I guess, viewpoints around my interests and things like that. And yeah, I think things got a little bit better in regards to like my home life, like, and yeah, just basically, and also there was one defining moment. I remember I was in psychology, and my psychology teachers hated me, and I don't blame them, because I was just a little shit in their class. Yeah. But this the thing, I didn't know if I was the funny one. I didn't know. I think I was trying to define myself without. Yeah. And you don't need to be defined in life. You are who you are. And
because you become quiet when you are.
Yeah, and yeah. You know what I
mean? The point is, if you're trying to be loud, it's because you want the attention
and
to give you the reaction to work out who you are.
Yeah, and I was insecure, and I'm trying to be noticed, and I didn't feel like I was getting noticed. And especially, I think the group of boys who I was hanging out with at the time all came from the same school, because they took like a little contingent of us. Yeah. We just stuck to ourselves. We didn't know how to. Also, we didn't know how to socialize with these different people who we've never come in contact with. Yeah. Also, I think, you know, coming from that kind of hood culture or whatever, there was a thing like, if you talk to someone you don't know, you're a beg friend. Yeah. And none of us wanted, like, if any of us would have gone and talked to someone, it's like, oh, you're a beg friend. But it's not. That's just socializing. It's literally a human thing to do.
Yeah, it's called networking.
Yeah, exactly. there we go. Yeah. But
it teaches you.
Yeah, so we were. I guess we were just within ourselves, and we was also quite toxic to each other as well. But you know, we were who we were at that time, and like. So, anyways, I went from DDE. Oh yeah, and then my psychology teacher, she goes. Yeah. I remember once she was like, "There's always one person every year who manages to go up 2 grades," and being like, I was trying to be confident, the funny one. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that this year," and she was like, "There's no chance you're gonna do that. It's not gonna be you." And I took that shit personal. Yeah. On my MJ shit, do you know what I mean? And just fucking worked hard, man. Worked really hard. And I ended up with a BBC. Not pause. But nah. Let me rephrase it. BCV.
What?
You know what was just? He actually was like really happy after he said that. He was like, I ended up with a BBC. Yeah, well, you know, you get what you deserve.
Oh man!
Oh man! Nah, Charlie's throwing a cherry in the shed.
What? But because I guess you apply to uni on your predicted grades, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I'm out.
I can't. I can't.
Really, I didn't go to BTEC.
No, I'm pretty sure you do, because I got the DDE to begin with.
So you got to uni, so I think you did the right thing.
I got into unis, but not into great unis. Not into the unis I feel like I should have got into. In hindsight, and I think I harbored resentment within myself for that for a lot of years, basically. Yeah. Until very recently, within the past couple of years. But do you know what? Like, it is what it is, man. It's the journey I've been on. I don't think I ended up staying in London, and I think, looking like, if it was now, I'd love to get away. But at the time, I don't think I was ready to move out either. I was 18 years old, and I just wasn't ready for the world either. I just wasn't in the right state of mind, I guess, still trying to process a lot of things to become who I am. And I know it helped a lot of people, but I guess it took traveling and moving to different countries for me to become comfortable with him, I don't know, living away.
Yeah.
And also, I met amazing people at the uni I went to. Like one of my
What
best
uni
pals
did you
now.
go?
I went to St Mary's in like near Twickenham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So quite far.
I mean, not majorly far. I mean, it's quite far from here.
Yeah.
But
You got to do me one little favour.
What?
Try stop moving on your jet.
Alright, shit.
Because all I can hear is.
I can't help it,
That
man.
just
I've
means
got
that whoever's
restless
listening
leg.
now can hear the same thing. I just need to get stools, really uncomfortable stools.
Surely there's a way that these will stop.
I could just glue the fuck out of them or something like that. But you like everything you said there really reminds me of me at school. Like we've always said we're quite similar anyway in certain ways.
Yeah.
But like the whole, I was disruptive. I would be lippy to the teachers. I would always try and be cocky or whatever, really to just isolate myself from actually doing the work, because it was the work that if that come up, that's what I would actually be embarrassed about. So like whenever we had like a teacher say read around the room, I would start misbehaving because I couldn't fucking read. You know, so it was always like a deflection game. But as you said, it's like you don't even know yourself. You're like a bubble of emotion, and you don't really know why why the reaction is coming. But it's usually very, fear based, or it's very much you don't want to do that, so you freak out.
Yeah.
And I find that's a lot of school reactions, a lot of things. There was a woman, I was in a Virgin Media business loan meeting ages ago with Dirty Rich and stuff, and there was a woman there that wanted funding to start an emotional teaching program in school in Manchester.
Okay.
Because I think if you taught a lot of kids about emotions, and not the sort of Donnie Darko, there's fear and love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you taught a lot of kids in that way how to, kind of behavioural circumstances, like because there are the misbehaving kids with bad home life and everything like that. There could be further training in that sense, not just textbook and everything else. I think there is more now. There is a lot more now.
There is.
When
That's
I
what
was
gonna
there,
say.
because you're in school, aren't you? So I mean,
Yeah,
you
I've
left
worked
and came back.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've worked in education. I kind of fell into it accidentally through football coaching and sports coaching and things like that. So I've worked in schools and worked in education for a little while, and there's a lot more going on in schools and trying to kind of, I guess, just break down bigger ideas into I guess, easier pieces of information for children to
digest,
take in, to digest, but also, I guess, hopefully to mull over. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe taking this piece of information, not understand it today, but understand it at some point, hopefully.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I guess it works, other times it doesn't, but, all you can do is try, I guess. And if there was that emotional welfare centre, did you say, or emotional centre you were saying in Manchester?
Well, just not like that. She was more looking for, that would be a lesson, like religious studies, or, it would be an actual integrated lesson that everyone would do, like English, math, science.
I'm pretty sure there is in like all schools now.
Yeah. Cool.
But
shows out in the loop I am.
I mean, how are you meant to know?
Well, it's like you kind of keep that's a bit of a problem, and that's why I always continue to research different things, because I think a lot of myths, or a lot of they don't teach that in school, or they do, it can get recycled. That person saying that thing, when I can't think of one right now, but where people are like, nah, that's not like that, or like I've just said, there's not anything like that, but you're in the school system, so there actually is, and it's like, okay, that's new news, that's something I need to keep on board now. And it's like, but yeah, as you're saying, like with kids, they might not know it now, so really through your 20s, you say now your perceptions change. Like I'm really getting into this thing, like the magnet game. Like you learn something, you've got the positive and the negative, and it's like it's a constant, or a positive and a positive. It's a constant magnet game. So you learn something, and then all of a sudden your perception's open to what that is, but then that's just bundled you with even more answers and even more questions, and then it continues. Like how do you feel in a lot of circumstances through your life, that through your 20s to your 30s, nearly 30s? I mean, what are you, 27?
28.
28.
I mean,
he just grew a year in a second.
I mean, even from 28, I think everyone should minus 2 years because COVID just, kind of screwed us, you know what I mean?
It didn't screw me though.
Yeah, but it being in lockdown and not being able to celebrate a birthday, I feel like I don't count it.
I feel like we needed
We needed a reset, don't get me
we
wrong.
needed a reset.
Needed a reset.
For the people that died, for the people that were in a hellish environment, and that it's hard to say what good has come out of that for people that have lost someone or anything else.
Definitely.
But you do learn from everything, and everything does happen in its own way. But I do think for me, I benefited from it massively. Like, I changed the course of the way I was. I changed the course of drinking. I changed the course of loads of things, working out. And it actually taught me, to step off the treadmill, to stop. Just sadly stop Dirty Rich. But at the same time, just, it'll come back. I'm still wearing it. But, I look at it, it taught a lot of people to stop looking outside and look inside, and that's something we haven't done in 10, 20 years. It feels like we're just going back into that now again, though.
What do you mean?
This year,
it's just reverting back to the
it's the
previous
summer, it's, but they did this before and then they took it away again, so I don't want to jinx it too much. But it's true, isn't it? It does feel very similar to normal times now.
It feels exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Yeah, shit news, Will Smith slapping people, wars going on. It's just normality again, I guess, until something else comes along. But I think it was the first time that everyone got put in the same boat for once.
Yeah.
And we all realised how hostile or how
ridiculous society actually felt. Like everyone just having to go to work 5 days a week.
Yeah.
On these ridiculous fucking metal carriages that go under the ground. Everyone breathing on each other and shoulder to shoulder.
The rat race.
Yeah, mate, it's madness. And what I think is a good thing is that people do realise the ridiculousness of so much of it. And hopefully it's changed a lot of
Yeah.
And also, do you know what, for me the best thing to come out of it is the distrust of the government.
Yeah.
For me that's the best thing to have come out of it. Don't just listen blindly.
No.
Think
Do you see Boris got fined 50 quid?
And Rishi as well, wasn't it?
50 fucking quid.
50 quid. And there was people getting fined 10 grand and thrown out of uni. It's disgusting. And he made the rules. And he also put pressure on people to quit when they broke the rules.
These people aren't even in our vicinity of thinking anymore, though. You know what I mean? It's like they're gone. Like, there was a landlord that got £4,000 fine. It's just like, it's just tax the poor, isn't it? In the sense, you know what I mean? Tax the poor,
of course,
and then fine the poor massively. And now, if you have rubbish in your car,
I saw that.
Yeah, it is a bit dangerous when you've got a lot of rubbish in the front, like a van or something, and it'll fly up, or if
under the pedal,
or if you're getting a reflection.
Okay.
But I just feel like you're just getting fined for fucking everything.
Of course.
How do you feel about us moving into a cashless society now as well? Strange. That scares me, man.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's very strange, but it's just a weird one. It just feels like we're only moving in one direction. I mean, there's loads of
not
places.
ours.
But there's loads of places and gigs and festivals that are completely cashless now. It's just you have to pay on card.
Yeah.
But it's surely it should be illegal not to accept cash and things like that. It's such a weird one. It's a real weird one. I think everything is only going in one direction, including AI and things like that. Everything's just leading deeper and deeper into this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And it's all quite intimidating.
I'm surprised you went to rabbit holes and conspiracy before I did.
That's not a conspiracy.
Sponsored by Fiverr.
Sponsored by Fiverr. No, but AI and stuff, that's not a conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy. I
know what you mean.
There's a podcast I listened to, and this woman called Jess Reed is the one I tried to get you to listen to
Shout
today.
out Jess Reed.
But basically, she was like, you lot, she's so jokes off. She's like, you lot are all fucking so scared of AI. It's like, it's in your body. As in your body has artificial intelligence itself, not as in artificial.
What, as in your gut health and your gut biome?
When you, right before this pod, you said you got a bit of a lump in your throat or something, right?
Yeah.
You cannot distinguish what that is, right? The body knows. The body understands what it is. I've been testing this, ask the body thing, see what thought pops up. You can literally just say, what does the body need? And weird enough, it's whether you can send yourself fucking nuts because you'll just be like, is it me thinking that I need water, or does water come up straight after I ask that? Because most of the time, I'll say, what does the body need? And it'll just go, water. That's your first thought. So whether your first thought is, and it's whether you're asking yourself that and that thought is yours, or whether the body is, I'm confused. But there's some other facts I've been looking into as well, like blood is its own, I can't remember the term, but basically blood actually moves around the body. So it moves itself, and the heart actually slows the blood down and puts the blood around your body into rhythm. So it's not the heart that pumps the blood round, it's actually the blood that's alive moving around your body. So these things, like, we got taught, obviously...
Can we Google this? Because what...
Yeah. Well, I'll put it up in the after edit, but I find that crazy. But that's only just understanding, so blood is actually, its own kind of thing, doing its own kind of... I think the human body is fucking nuts, man.
It is.
What do you feel
insane.
is like the...
It's almost too perfectly designed, which makes me think maybe we're in a simulation.
It can do more, man. It can do more than we know. But you're a person that's done things to your body in a sense of getting kicked in the fucking head, basically, through Muay Thai. So I've seen it. On acid.
That must have been so intense.
It was very intense, yeah.
So
I was nearly
intense.
crying.
Yeah, I was nearly crying.
And then really happy. And then like, where am I? But yeah, I mean, when did you start Muay Thai?
I started when I was probably about 18 or 19.
Okay.
And that was probably a direct result of, again, going to that school and things like that. And probably feeling quite vulnerable for so many years, and maybe getting into altercations and not realising how little I actually know.
Yeah. So how to defend yourself, you mean, in a
just
time.
how little I actually know about, defending yourself in combat and things like this is insane. So, pardon me. A guy that I met on the first week of uni, again, like one of my best pals, he was really into UFC and MMA and things like that.
Yeah.
And I guess just being around him and doing like, chilling with each other kind of thing.
Yeah.
He just kind of got me into it, kind of through, I don't know, osmosis, however you want to put it. And we was like, do you know what? Why don't we actually see where gyms are and try and start learning it?
Yeah.
And then I'd say probably, I don't know, less than a month later, we both started Muay Thai at a gym in Angel, shout out MMA clinic.
Yeah.
And
gang.
Yeah, just started training and absolutely loved it. Fell in love with it, man. And it's just martial arts, man, there's nothing like it. It's just a lot of the time it's just an amazing community. You meet amazing people who are very secure within themselves as well, because they've got nothing to prove, or they don't feel like they need to, dominate the room and things like that. And especially with not just with Muay Thai, but more so with like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and things like that. It's the guy you wouldn't expect. Do you know what I'm saying? That's gonna twist your arm off and take it home with him, man. Yeah. Or the girl, like there's killers that are 5 foot nothing and weigh 110 pounds soaking wet. Do you know what I mean? That will take your life if they needed to. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. So they're a lot more secure in themselves because they're not worried about what's going on in the world around them, because they feel as if a lot of things they can handle. And being every day in training, every evening in training, in competition, in fights, whatever, they know they've been in that deep water and they know how they react. A lot of people don't know how they'll react. They might freeze. They might
no practice.
Fight. They might fly instead of fight. Like people don't understand. And being in that situation every day, and they know when the going gets tough, they get going. It's not gonna get too hot in this kitchen. No. And there's a big inner confidence with that, and I think it should be in every school. There should be some sort of martial art in every school. Yeah. I think it would actually dramatically reduce violence and things like that, because if everyone can fight, no one wants to fight.
Yeah, but I also think people will be a lot more used to controlled violence in a way. You have the sort of take it out in the ring situation, But I think when people are taught in a defense way, like, you know, jiu-jitsu or that kind of style, that would be more my style. Like, I'm not about getting kicked in the head.
Oh, yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. And
Yeah,
honestly,
but it's true. Like, I find Muay Thai is just fucking insane to watch. Like, the whole style of it as well is just very, like, crazy, man.
yeah, it's quite dancey in a way.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's quite. It is very artful. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Do you feel like, because the reason I love podcasting or like this right now is that they were in sort of different frequency states, in a sense, like it'd be gamma, like you're in a real present, kind of moment. Have you seen Soul, the Disney film?
I haven't seen it, you know.
Well, there's a moment where it's like, this is your meditative state, right? Disney always giving you some real shit, but in cartoon form, making it disbelievable. But basically, it's like basketball players, boxers.
Well, it's like the zone.
Yeah, you're in the zone. That's
Yeah,
exactly what it is in the zone. It's like that must when I saw you fight, and like it's 5 minutes or it was 5 rounds.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And it's like there's nothing else you can think. That minute you think of something else, that's your head.
That's death, yeah. That's essentially death. No, but this is what I was gonna say. Anything from training or on the when you're hitting the bag or when you're sparring or in the fight, it's my moving meditation definitely, because when I'm doing it, I'm not thinking, as you said, of anything else. I'm not thinking of money issues, girl issues, family issues.
No.
You're not you could have had the worst day ever, and you get in the gym and suddenly
everything's gone.
Everything's gone, and it's I guess it's very freeing in a way, and not just that. People who have never actually felt being in the zone don't understand how blissful it is, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Because sometimes, although everyone must have felt it in one way or another, not just with martial arts or whatever, it's within everything, as you said. Mostly, I guess people talk about it in sports because it's so clear.
Yeah.
Especially in, as you said, boxing, basketball, football. When you're doing things instinctively and everything's going right, everything you try you're pulling off.
Yeah.
It's honestly, there's nothing like it ever. I guess it's like.
Yeah. No, I've seen you obviously through different stages of your life. I've seen you when you're training. That's when you're at your best.
As a person.
But not as a person. I mean, how I think you are feeling. Not you're at your best now. You know what I mean? Like, no, but how you are. You always come across as a real good guy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like that's when you feel at your best, like you're in the zone of it. Because I know that's when everyone is. When you've got a clear goal, clear focus, and you're working on your body, because your body will work on your mind.
100%.
And that's why I need to skip.
But then, no fair. But then saying that, as you're saying, like training for a fight, man, I cut everything out. Like, and again, mentally I'm sharp, physically I'm sharp, like so sharp.
But there's nothing else.
But then, number one, there's nothing else. But number two, there's fear, man. That's all from fear as well. All from fear. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, for me personally.
Yeah.
And I think I'm a massive overthinker in general.
You mean you cut out socializing, you cut out other stuff because of your fear of the loss?
Yeah.
If you do lose?
Yeah.
So would you like, what is your greatest fear? Would that be losing or?
Within
that field.
Within that field.
Yeah.
It's not just losing. It's like
it's all the effort.
Getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, true.
And becoming
true. A vegetable.
not just that, becoming a meme for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
because I still see famous knockouts and like funny knockouts and things like that and shit that happens. And or even just, there's nothing worse than thinking I could have done more.
Yeah.
Like when you're tired, going into that 4th or 5th round, that's when you're gonna think, fuck, man, I shouldn't have gone out 3 weeks ago and gone to see this person. I should have gone on my run.
Yeah.
And as soon as that bit of doubt creeps in, you're dead. Do you know what I mean? You're dead.
Do you think some men are meant to be winners and some men are meant to make other men winners? Because there's players and non-players. Like what is it? Tyson Fury and the other guy that's fought him like 3 times.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, hasn't he lost twice or 3 times? He's never beaten him.
They drew the first one.
They drew the first one.
And then Tyson Fury. Did he win twice? Did they fought 3 times?
I think because he said something like that to Tyson Fury, like, I'm getting back again. Like, you beating me and I'm coming back again or whatever. And it's like,
They
You
don't
know,
give a
some
shit.
people's career is just, it might not be about, it is about the winning, but you know, it hasn't been the winning for them.
But then Deontay Wilder was, what was he? He was like 30-0 before that fight with
Yeah.
29 knockouts or something like that. So he was an ultimate winner.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
The craziest thing about him is he didn't take up boxing until
Later.
later.
Yeah.
And,
Well, then we
man,
look at
it's
like the
quite-
Logan Pauls and, you know what I mean? That again, like.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So what would be your greatest fear then?
Within that, it's just
But I mean, without that.
without that, I think my greatest fear in general is not reaching my potential.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
weird.
very similar to it though, but I mean, you mean your full potential.
My thought, as in, and that's, I guess it's not very quantitative or clear right now because I think I'm in general life in a bit of a transitional phase
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
But,
You're only 28% through, bruv.
Oh, that's if I make it to 100, man. The way I've been battering my body, who knows if I'm
Yeah,
gonna make it, man.
yeah,
I think I broke my fingers the other day, but that wasn't even Muay Thai. I'm a goalkeeper for the Weird Live On FC, and we're 1-0 up. I've made a great one-on-one save, and honestly,
Was it a stump? Like the
no,
ball?
it's just like bent
Oh,
them
okay,
back
okay.
from like the middle joint or something. And I
Yeah.
was like,
So you're like a real footballer. You actually getting.
not a real footballer at all.
No, I mean.
Far from it.
You
Seven
don't just
aside,
lay down
Market
on the
Road,
floor.
let's go. But yeah, man, my body, I don't know if it was just from all the training over the years and
Yeah.
getting battered, or if because I think I kind of fell off training in recent months and that, and maybe my body's just like catching up with itself.
Yeah.
All the injuries are just kind of like, oh, by the way, we hurt. Like you've got to heal me now. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, I think it does take a while, like as well. I mean, like 30. I'm 32, and you feel fucking hangovers for so fucking long now. And I just don't want to drink more than 4 pints now. I just don't want to do it.
Pussy.
No,
I'm
it's
joking.
You know what it is, but then,
joking.
but also it's like, yeah, I'm like, but also I'm like, it just fucks with my creativity, man. And your body's literally trying to push poison out. Like that's what it's trying to do. You're detoxing. You know what I mean? So it's like, again, another government great free drug. Let's give everyone that and take away all the real good ones. But that's another topic. But basically, I look at like, you know, I work out now and it's like fucking leg day, bruv. Hurts for like 2 days. But I think when you're working out 6 days, which I try if I'm not doing a bit of building or whatever, it is like some days like you feel good, but most days it's aches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of aches, it's a lot of rest, it's a lot of like, you know, come around that. And I think with you, like to put yourself in a ring, how many fights have you actually had? So the one I saw.
It's well, because there's different levels of fighting, like because it's like inter club, there's N class, there's C class, all the way up to A class, and I never got up to it. I never even got up to B class. I got up to C class.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know enough.
A lot.
Enough.
Yeah. So I was saying this the other day to like my nan and that. I was like, you know, a lot of stuff that we've consumed, a lot of stuff, you know, drugs or beating up, everything else. I think a lot of your body, it can manifest, or it can take like 10 years for something to come around. You know, I try and be as healthy as I like, but I'm like, all this shit I did in my 20s, that's gonna come around in my 40s.
Yeah, it's coming around, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely it's coming around. And my 20s are definitely gonna come round and hit me like a truck.
Yeah, it's worrying. So like Muay Thai teaching, and you also went traveling, didn't it? We never spoke too much about your traveling too much.
Have we not? Yeah, I travelled for a while. Travelled in Southeast Asia. I lived in a gym in Thailand.
That's what you said, actually. Yeah, you did.
I lived there for a bit.
Talk about
Lived in Australia for a bit, for like 10 months, something like that.
that. Yeah.
Bali, went around there for months and months. New Zealand, lived there for a bit. Yeah, man.
What's like the wildest like fucking travel story? He's like, oh no.
The wild.
What you said
travel
before as
story.
well. I know you sent me some topics in that, but I haven't really thought about what I'm going to say.
I'm not the most. As you know, I'm not the.
Yeah, but I think it's better that way to come off real. A lot of people before they come on, well, a lot of people, but most the people that are coming on, they always want to know.
Most rational people,
Yeah,
would think about what they want to talk about.
but they also want to know what I'm going to ask them, and I do try and I'll just say some topics, but I'm not going to tell you every fucking question because it's like, then it would just be robotic, and it would be like, oh, now he's asking that question.
Especially if
I've got this for that.
Especially if it's an actor, they just know their lines. Right?
Yeah.
Or very media trained or some shit.
Yeah.
But one one travel story. So I was in the middle of I was living in the middle of nowhere in Australia. Living in the middle of nowhere. I was basically house sitting for like a minor celebrity, should we say, a minor Australian celebrity.
Yeah.
And he just had like this house, like no locks on the door and just a load of land. And I was about
in the sticks.
Literally in the middle of like he had like I looked after his chickens.
Goats.
Huh? No, he just had chicken. He just had
Australia
chicken.
gods, man.
No, he had chickens. There was loads of kangaroo, like just wild kangaroos that came in and out. Saw them boxing and shit. It was honestly an amazing property. But the local town only had about 8,000 people in it, and that was probably about a 10 or 15-minute drive away.
Yeah.
So you had to go through a forest and shit like that. It was mad. I was living like a Disney cartoon or some shit. But in these places, I guess their equivalent of like chavs, let's say, would be called bogans.
Okay.
And bogans are like just kind of like hillbillies, I guess. I guess you'd imagine them as.
Yeah.
But
Love Australia Day.
Yeah, and they're always in their vests and cap,
shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, sunglasses on top of that. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But so I worked on 2 farms when I was like 2 of my jobs whilst I was there was working on 2 farms, like a potato farm and a dairy farm, and you just get chatting to workmates and things like that to pass the time, and I'd heard about these things called BNS balls, and what BNS balls are. This is short for bachelor and spinster balls. So they basically, but this is only in like even Australia.
In this place.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
not in cities. It's only in like the countryside.
Okay.
I speak to like Australians about it. They're like there's these crazy parties. They can't remember what they call them. I'm like BNS balls. Yeah. But basically each I guess little town hosts one a year kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like quite a big deal, and like. You go there, you throw out. Do you know what? Australia are ahead of their time because they've got these things. They're called. This is gonna bug me, but it's basically like a sleeping bag and a tent rolled into one. It's called. You might have to search it because that's gonna bug me. But basically, they all. It's gonna bug me. Anyways, they all roll them out. Like you all park in some muddy field, and then you go in. There's all live country music. It's quite. I think it's quite expensive. Like let's say.
Yeah.
I don't know, 80 quid. I can't really remember how much, but let's just say that much.
Yeah.
But all your drinks is included. You go there, you just go to the bar, get free drinks.
Yeah.
But you know what I realised as well? Their drinks are all like really light, like 2%. It's really weird. At these balls.
Yeah, just.
And also they don't do pints in pubs.
Acid.
Yeah, but they don't do pints in pubs.
We've got some new travellers here. This one looks a bit wild.
Yeah. But they don't do pints as well.
Yeah.
So that
Give him
really,
the mescaline.
that jarred me for a while still. But and then at the end of the night they all throw like food dye around at each other. It's a weird time. But basically I went to one of these and I was in like an old banged out like Honda or something like that I'd borrowed off someone in town. And in this muddy field, they've all got like massive like 4x4s, like the big Hiluxes and all all those sorts of 4x4s. Because they're used to that. They do that for work. That's like they use it on the farms and all that shit.
Of course.
But I drive up, and my guy who, at the time, he was like we were really close. He actually came to visit me in Australia.
Yeah.
So I was like, whilst you're here, we're gonna go to this ball. Like it's gonna be great. It's like supposed to be a massive piss up, basically. So we drive into the field, and they're like, with that car, I wouldn't go too far. But how far is too far? How long's a piece of string? Like I don't know how far is too far. Long story short, I bogged the car, just get stuck. I'm like, fuck. Like, I just look over to him, I'm like, oh, this is long. But I'm like, everyone here's got a 4x4, someone will help us.
Yeah.
Bro, these lot don't help us. They start doing like donuts around our car. They all spin around their 4x4s and
Abusing
kick up.
you.
Yeah, they majorly abused us.
Yeah,
like kicking up. Like literally, I've got a picture. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put it up here.
Yeah. You can put it up on the screen. I'll show you the before because I actually cleaned it before. I don't know why I bothered cleaning it, and then I'll show you the after picture.
And it's just
oh
fucked.
my god.
Yeah.
And then so once they. And they're all laughing, cracking up. I'm like, this is hell. Like this is just bare country boys, just big farm boys. I'm like, nah, this is long. So once they finished up, I jump out. I'm like, just goes over to the nearest group. I'm like, yo, like, can you help me, kind of thing? I've got stuck. Can you just pull us out?
Yeah.
It's like, if you give me a crate of beers.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, if you give me a crate of beers. I'm like, can't you just do it out of kindness? Like, I'm stuck. Can you just help me?
Yeah.
Like, you got to give me a crate of beers. I was like, listen, there's free beers. Like, beers are free.
Yeah.
What are you asking for right now? Like, there's no logic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just help.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you got to give me beers. I was like, I just gave him like 2 beers. I was like, okay. He helped me, bogged it straight away again. I was like, this is honest.
You a good driver?
Bro, not on this day. Anyways, long story short, when I tell you it's like a scene out of Mad Max, the guy came and got us out again. Luckily, we just parked it and then just went for a little walk around just the car park.
Yeah.
Walking around, and when I tell you it was like Mad Max, like I'm walking, I remember just hearing like crack. There was a guy just with a whip, just not whipping people, just whipping the air, just pissed off his nut, like whipping the air.
Yeah.
Look to the left, there's
Crocodile Dundee.
I think they call it like key bang in the car, where you start it and stop it, and it just like revs and like
Yeah.
and like you just end up flooding the engine. Yeah, whatever it's called. I don't know. Like I'm not really into cars like that, but like there's just guys just flooding the engines and they just get fucking buck wild, like the ultimate country boy party. Like it's mad.
Yeah.
That was.
I find when it's in the sticks, it can be like that as well.
It's nutty.
Do you feel like, obviously that was after Muay Thai, after the school, you know, after BTEC, after understanding that these people aren't outsiders, like the way you come up to this guy, I don't think if you didn't do all those things you had prior, and he just said, like, with me, I'll probably just be like, yeah, I'll give you 2 beers. But with you, you're like, you've probably leveled him up. You probably realised you could kick him in the fucking head. And you're like, look, I could probably get out of this situation quite easily. So you take a different term, or not a different term, but a different way of approaching it. It's like, come on, bruv, like, just fucking help me out.
I think
because you're on your own there. When you think about it, you're on your own everywhere.
Yeah.
But you're more on your own when you're in an area where everyone's alike and you're not.
100%. And I think he was just trying to. I think straight away I felt like you're trying to take the piss out of me. Straight away you're trying to take me for a mug.
Yeah.
And I think that was very triggering for me, especially at the time in my life where.
You would have helped.
Huh?
You would have helped.
Yeah, but do you know what?
I find that's what annoys me most.
Yeah, because you.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I don't need a fucking beer.
But you know.
Brian does.
not like, you know, you shouldn't give to receive and things like that. But it's not even that. I think because of, you know, again, from like past trauma and stuff, I just didn't like people talking to me in a certain way. So I was like, it would be triggering, and I just I didn't like it. I would just push back.
Yeah.
Whereas now, after a lot of work and a lot of different things, and do you know what? This has only happened in less than a year. Like I've really realized, like a very good friend of mine just pulled me to one side and was like, you can't let these people. You're giving these people the power to change your emotions.
Yeah,
these people that shouldn't matter in your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy like that was almost like a big realization to me, and that might sound
when
crazy
you lose your temper, they're your master.
Yeah, people, that might sound crazy to people listening, but I just didn't realize it. For me, it was, you're trying to take me for a mug, and I'm not gonna get fucking taken for a mug. Like, you're not showing me no respect.
No.
and I don't appreciate that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not like, and you know, you're saying, you know, you could have kicked him in the head, but I'm not trying to.
No, you're not
act
about
like
that anyway.
Some sort of hard man or nothing like that, because far from it, like far from it. Do you know what I mean? But it's yeah, it just.
But I think when you're capable of that and understanding the violence and being put in the ring,
100%.
Then you
I'm more secure within that situation.
You can assess the situation. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, and
didn't help the car though. That car's still there.
The car's still there.
Guy's still waiting for his beers.
Oh, mate. that was fucking.
Do you think Australia was like the ropiest place then that you went to, or like Southeast Asia?
I don't know. It's a weird one, you know. Thinking about it now, that's a weird one. I've never really thought what do you mean, like where I felt most unsafe, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Potentially at times like that, definitely, because they were so
Small town.
not used to outsiders, and you're not just an outsider.
Yeah.
You're a long way from home, like, and it's almost like they don't like what they like. A lot of people didn't, and you know what? This is the thing. This is, unfortunately, especially the place I was, it left me with a very bad taste in my mouth, because I heard some really like bad things and racist things and things like that. And
of course.
that I didn't like, and you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you get into heated debates, and because they just see, you know, me, I guess, and just see like a white male, I guess. And then so they think, you know, us, you know, we can say certain things or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, where I'm from, it's
It's
very
not like that.
multicultural.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I've grown up with a very different, and they're saying these things, and I guess it's the same, but it's not the same, because they're talking about Aboriginal people and things like that, and it's like, what are you actually talking about? Like, you can't.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up
And how
shit to
some
say.
people can distinguish them as anything bad, really. When you look
it's
at the
like, this was their
Aboriginals.
land.
They
man.
live
What
off the
you
land.
This was
you know,
their land.
spiritual,
This
you
was
know,
their land.
Yeah. And they love DMT, man. So they fucking know what's going on, you know.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? I guess that's just one of the first stories that came into my head. Another one. It's not exactly traveling, but it was a festival story. I'd done back-to-back festivals, like just partying at festivals. I went to Siget, or Ashley told me I'd say this, Siget, or whatever it's called, and it's in Budapest, in Hungary. So I went to that for about 3 or 4 days. Just partied for like 4 days, and flew straight from Budapest to Portugal. I went to Lisbon, where another massive group of my pals were. Like, we had a big group of us, and went to another festival outside Lisbon somewhere, and my body just gave up. I went hard on the first night. Didn't sleep. That second day, my body just gave up, and then I was there.
Well, you can walk, or
like, I couldn't keep anything down. I was the most ill I've ever been in my life. I was, because it was so
probably
hot.
alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, it was probably something like that, because
you just reject it.
But honestly, every hour I just vomit or something. Like, it was just insanity. Like, and it was just the worst week or 6 days or something of my entire life, because I'm far from home. I've got no comforts, like no home luxuries. Do you know what I mean? Not even, like, I've got Portaloo toilets. Like, I lost my water bottle, so I just had like a normal plastic water bottle that I would have to fill up from the taps, and then that would get warm after 10 minutes because you're up in the tent or in the sun. And it was a really small festival, so there's only like a couple of places to eat, and it was mad. But you know what? I met this guy. There was like a tea stand, and the guy, he was an English guy that had moved to Ibiza, but he was quite a bit older. I'd say 40s or 50s, and he was very tuned in, very spiritual, very you know, he was aging with grace. Do you know what I mean? Becoming, you know, he was very calm, controlled, confident within himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, what you'd imagine, what you'd want your dad to be like. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
He could teach you some shit. Anyways, so because I kept getting, I don't know, I just thought, do you know what? There's no medicine, there's no nothing here. I guess the closest thing I can get is like natural teas. That's hopefully gonna heal me. So I just got chatting with him and he just become he was my guy. Like, he was my guy. I don't know if I wouldn't be here today without him. I feel like
Do you still chat to him now? Or?
Do you know what? I stayed in contact with him for a little bit, but I guess
maybe you're just meant to meet at that moment.
Yeah,
to help
maybe.
you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And you know, he gave me his number. He's like, definitely keep in touch. You know, if you're ever around, like.
Come and have some tea on a mountain.
Well, he moved to Ibiza, so
okay.
But like in like the old town.
Yeah.
But I'd say that was one of the most difficult times of my life. Or the other one was when I lived in the gym in Thailand.
Yeah.
This is another one that just came to me. The gym owner at one point. So I was in like far south of Thailand, where like it's far off the tourist trail kind of thing. Like, never seen white people around there. It's mad. Never seen foreigners kind of thing. So
Yeah.
people stop, take pictures,
And
make
then
you hold their baby.
You walk in, Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
He's back, yo.
Well, I mean, they don't care about Jesus, do they?
No.
But so the gym I was staying and training in, the gym owner said, "Oh, we're going to so there's fights the next evening at like a local festival."
Yeah.
And so what they do is basically all the gyms of the area all bring their fighters to a certain location. I think it was a school. Anyways, he woke me up at like 7 a.m. He was like, "Do you want to come?" I was like, "That sounds sick." Like, I was just trying to take in everything that I could from the culture. I was trying to really embed myself within the culture.
Yeah.
So I was like, of course, this sounds incredible. Like, I know what weigh-ins and things are like here, but I've got no idea what they're like in Thailand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we drove for an hour. We got to like a school, and we had one of the boys was about 7 or 8. I'd say one of the fighters from my gym, and then there was like a 15-year-old and maybe like an 11-year-old as well. I think we had about 3 boys that were gonna fight that evening or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's mad because there's all these boys just walking around chatting with each other, just all the gym owners and adults and I guess some parents and stuff all chatting to each other. And then they just go, there's just like a big clap. It's like suddenly all like the 7-year-olds go and get on like this like stage. And then they're like, they've all got to take their top off and just like stand there, and they literally just say, "Okay, you're gonna fight." Oh shit, did I fight that camera?
No, you're good.
It's like you're gonna fight like him, and then they go and talk to. "Oh, is this your fight?" "Yeah." "Oh, they look about the same height."
Yeah.
"They look about the same weight." Are you happy?" "Yeah, I'm happy." "Sweet. See you later." "Okay." They. But it's all going on at what like there's like 50 kids on the stage, and then all these gym owners trying to match them up. Then all right, next you got the 9-year-olds, and then do the same, and the 12-year-olds and do the same. It was insanity. Like, it's mad. It's just such a feels lawless. Man. It's But then so everyone got paired up into their fights that night or whatever, or I'm assuming maybe over the next few weeks. I'm not too sure, and then it was time to eat, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm not touching this." Like, the food looked very ropey kind of thing. I was like, "Nah, I'm alright." But I just woken up at 7. By now it's about 10:30. I was getting hungry, maybe even later. Everything takes ages. Nothing runs on time there. It's mad. No. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know when I'm gonna eat next. My gym owner, I'd call him a joker, but he's quite annoying because you'd say, "Oh, when are we gonna go here?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry, man, don't worry, you'll be fine." Like in due time, in like broken English kind of thing. Like, "Oh,
yeah, I'm no good with that shit.
Don't be a pussy," kind of thing. Like, just get on with your life. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But like in a jokey way, and it's like ha ha ha. But like now, actually, what's going on with? Because this is my like I want to know when we're going back to the gym or when I'm gonna eat.
Yeah.
So eventually, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna eat this food." Ate the food, all good, whatever. Go to the fights later that night. Suddenly, I'm not feeling well.
Oh shit!
I didn't believe in projectile vomiting.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it was a thing until that evening.
It happens to you though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's one of the worst I've ever felt. Being in this random little Thai gym again, not
with
around
food poisoning.
Yeah, with food poisoning
from the people that have put you in there.
It was that was horrific. But you know what? It's like, as a healthy man. Or as a healthy person, you want money, you want success, you want fame, you want a family, you want kids, you want an education.
Yeah, you want experience.
You want experience. As an ill man, you want one thing.
Yeah.
You want health.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And you only know that. Like, what's funny is that I've just come out of a wisdom tooth infection. Before that, I was ill, and it's like, so I just knew in my head, like I was saying to Tron, I was like, Monday, bruv, I'm going in. Like, it's work in the day, work at night, work in the day, work at night, whatever it is. Like, it's, pumping out emails. It's whatever we got to do. I'm going to be working in here till 1 o'clock in the morning, getting shit done. And like, I just knew I'd be better by Monday. And it was like, as soon as that changed, it's like, I don't care about what kind of like stress I feel or whatever, because it's nothing compared to a fucking wisdom tooth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So once And I like that my body gave me that reality check.
Hmm.
Bro, your stress ain't that bad right now because your health could be worse.
Literally.
You know, so it's like
Count your blessings.
yeah, exactly. So did you ever want to do like, you know what I just thought while we were talking as well? I was like, you become the fucking co-host like sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So like if I'm going to do ayahuasca, you're coming with me.
What, to do it?
Yeah.
Or to host the pod?
To do both.
Not again.
Have you done it?
Yeah, twice.
What?
Yeah.
How do I not know this about you?
You do know this.
Oh.
Yeah.
When? I didn't know this.
Would it be
Were you talking to me or were you talking to Brian?
Yeah, that's fair. Probably about 2 summers ago, I'd say.
Yeah.
It was in quite quick succession, which was quite
Where was it?
both at my house.
Oh, your house. You got ayahuasca to your house.
Yeah.
What's that? Like FedEx?
It was the first one. It was both times. It was through people.
Yeah.
Both times it was
Do you
through
mean
people.
DMT?
Yeah, sorry, not ayahuasca.
Okay,
Sorry. That
because ayahuasca
DMT. Sorry,
pretty
not
hard to get.
Sorry,
in the
my
UK.
bad.
I was like,
my bad.
who's the plug, bro?
No.
Who's the plug?
But no, of course there are. Sorry, not ayahuasca. My apologies. DMT.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just meant on a.
I just connected.
I just meant on a traveling experience. If you.
Oh yeah. No, of course I've South America.
But if I take this on road, that's what I mean. Yeah, we'll do it.
Oh, I'm there.
Yeah.
I've always wanted.
It's a long trip though.
As in the ayahuasca trip.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. 10 days, and they're not cheap.
You got to like purge yourself.
We're gonna go there, and we're just gonna hunt out and find. There's a really good documentary called The Last Shaman, right? And it's a guy who's that one beer, bruv. He's one guy who is severely depressed, you know, and he said, if this doesn't work, I'm killing myself, and it should be my right to kill myself. You know?
I understand that.
You know, if you get in the
Like
wrong
euthanasia.
vehicle or in this game or whatever, you know, I think you need a complete reality switch, and I think that's what ayahuasca does with some people. You know, everyone's got some deep trauma, everyone's got something that this system does not help you get rid of. You know,
100%.
it helps you bury it and carry on doing what you're doing. You know, you all right?
Yeah, I'm just sorting out the
Headphone adjusting.
Yeah.
So he's just he's very angry at life, and he's not. It's not. I mean, I don't need to put like black or white into any, but he's kind of typical white guy. You know, kind of good upbringing, I think. You know, not well off, but you know, there's not money troubles or stuff like that, but just severely depressed. Like maybe not found passion, maybe or whatever, but doesn't go too into depth for that, but. He goes through Peru, and Peru's just turned into this place where, like, as soon as you get out, it shows a very in-depth part to it. And I didn't realize, you know, obviously ayahuasca is a big thing there that a lot of, you know, the Western world comes to go and do.
Yeah.
So you have a hell of a lot of people selling it, like, and it's in the market. They're selling just drink of it, you know, and it's
Holy
not.
shit,
but it's
that's
not
so bad.
That's not where to do it, and that's you know, it's.
You got to go to the jungle. You got to know someone who knows someone, man.
Exactly. So he goes to one place, and there's a traveling guy as well, white guy who's traveled a bit, and it's not quite right. You can tell it's not quite right where they're doing it out of bottles, and you know, he's making his own, and he eventually, that's why it's called The Last Shaman. He eventually meets this shaman, and you know, they become really good friends. And this is a guy that like wouldn't really want to string a sentence together, right? And he just smokes this kind of tobacco or this cigarette kind of smoke for like 10 days or something. He has he hallucinates dreams and the devil and loads of different things. Obviously things are coming out of him, you know, whatever is his deep trauma. And then he does ayahuasca. He's basically purging in a way, you know. But he sings to this shaman. Like and I mean, he's got a good voice. But this is a guy that was just aggy, you know, and you just see the change. Even his posture, his shoulders have changed, you know, completely changed him. And like he could have done 20 years of therapy with no drugs and nothing. Wouldn't have done it. You know, these people on antidepressants for 10 years have done with the BBC and Professor David Nutt. Big him up because I want him on the show. He's been working like for decades.
Shout
and
out, Professor.
Yeah, but you know, these people in one sitting switch. But then some of them were changed, and then others have just gone back, back into feeling depressed again. Why? Because you're not working out, you're not meditating, you're not doing things that are giving you, the energy that you need to absorb. You're taking, and I think a lot of people, they can do one mushroom sitting, and then 3 months later they're back into the same point. It's a very quick healer and a very intense healer, but it's definitely something, I think that we're going to do. I just want to experience
if those
it, man.
DMT trips are anything to go by, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But I think that's a lot more, it's a quicker and a lot more intense one, isn't it, DMT?
Yeah, I mean, it can
DMT
be 10...
is the active ingredient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of ayahuasca.
Yeah. But the thing is with ayahuasca, it's from the ayahuasca tree. I think it's ayahuasca tree. It's a leaf, and they put it in a massive, witch bowl kind of thing, and then you drink it, and that's, I think, a 10 to 11 hour trip.
Yeah. No, it's a much longer trip, yeah.
Yeah, and then basically you can throw up, you can shit yourself.
Your body purges, doesn't it?
Yeah, so other people can just sit there and go through the whole motion of it, and the shamans just,
Yeah,
with the
they've got the, I think they're called Icaros.
Yeah,
Icaros.
that's it. Yeah. You better off saying that. What do you think of, obviously these people, what do you think of the supernatural then? This world that comes through with DMT, or supernatural in general? Because earlier you said the human body's been created, it's that technical that it must have been created.
I mean, it's just a theory.
Everything's a theory.
Everything's. Going back to what I said, I think everything's so perfectly designed. It's a little too perfect.
Yeah.
It's something like if we was like, I don't know, an inch closer or an inch further from the sun, we'd like burn up or freeze. Yeah.
You've been talking to the town crier.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
If we're anything further away.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Or
No,
if we're anything closer, we'll burn up.
No, but
Got any
that's
Stella in the
legit.
shed?
Any spiders?
Yeah, any cider, that was it. Yeah.
No, yeah. But no, like it's insane things like that, and
I think it could
the way
be
the
more...
body works. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I believe there's definitely some. There's a lot more powers that we hold that we almost have suppressed, maybe, or been suppressed, maybe. We definitely have. It's mad because I know we watch a lot of superhero films and that, but man, if you look within what the body does constantly, that's some heroic shit.
Yeah,
man.
miracles all around us.
Literally.
But the problem I have with, look at conspiracy, that word. Look at supernatural. Look at alternative medicine.
Yeah.
All these words are deflective. They push you off the truth in a sense, or depending on your perception of reality, it's what your truth is. If reality is just in the mind, then
I guess
then it's all theories in only one person's mind individually.
Yeah, but I think those words also come from what's considered the norm as well.
Yeah,
and
or what's being pushed.
The narrative.
norm,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like
yeah,
the narrative is what's been pushed as the norm.
Yeah.
So then I guess you've got to define what you're talking about. Like, so
well, then if you look at Marvel
medicine.
for a sense, as a comic book, everyone will think I'm fucking bonkers on this one. But if you put films out for 50 years that are all based around people flying and everything else, when you see someone flying, you're going to think it's fake anyway. If anyone actually could, you know what I mean? If you can see someone doing telepathy, like communicating, and someone else is telling you they are actually communicating through their thoughts. In my head, things like that, when we see these things online and everything else, now we're seeing UFOs all the fucking time. It's almost just like you've seen so much of it to be fake and to be in entertainment that when you see it in real life, it's like the brain's so programmed for it not being real that you can't even comprehend that it is real. Even when you've got things like the UN, saying that aliens are, not aliens, but unidentified flying objects. Yes, we know they're there now. They're confirming it. So it does lead you to a point where it's like, now it's confirmed. Does this mean all the rabbit holes are going to open up? Does this mean all these conspiracies are going to start coming true? You know what I mean?
It's funny because like,
capture
that. It's funny because
where my boy is at? See Jim Carrey's just like, he's like, what? Crazy
he's just
shit.
talking about licking Fanny, man.
Probably.
But he's but it's mad because it's like the crazy conspiracy theorists are like, 100-0 up by now, like, because
Yeah.
bare shit's just been proven,
Yeah.
man. Bare shit's been.
But what if you called like Bob Marley, Malcolm Luther X, Diana,
Martin Luther King?
Martin
or
Luther
Malcolm
King, sorry.
X?
What if you called both of them conspiracy theorists? You know, even people like David Bowie or people that would have just a different, and a lot of these people, John Lennon, in a sense, they would be conspiracy theorists if that word was around at that time, but it wasn't. It was weaponized by the CIA. It's a word that's to conspire against the truth.
Well,
And
it's just to discredit people. Now,
yeah.
I think
It's so easy. Sorry to cut you short, but it's so easy to just to throw that and unacknowledge
term.
everything that's said.
Yeah.
And it's like
well, it's just a blanket term. Like, this person's full of shit. Really, like, you say conspiracy theorist, and you know what people think of straight away. It's like, he's just a conspiracy theorist. Ridiculous. Like, do you know what I mean? And in my opinion, I do feel like that's beginning to change.
100%. After COVID.
Yeah.
After Pfizer, sponsored by Pfizer.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
But I mean, that Will Smith thing, I think that is just a thing that happened. I think that did just happen. But it also wouldn't surprise me because, the same companies that, like cigarette companies, were saying, how do they advertise? They used to get doctors to do it, The problem is like the advertising changed.
Well, now it's all guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, but
they have to think of different ways.
Yeah, but the product hasn't changed. Pharmaceuticals are still being sold the same way, in a sense they were sold 100 years ago or 50, 60 years ago, right? The marketing's changed. That's it.
Yeah.
So, and it's smarter. And these are companies that have more money than any other companies. So if they wanted to market that strong, it wouldn't surprise me either, but it throws people out because it's like, why would he lose 10 years of Oscars? It's like,
no, but apparently he's just banned from the actual ceremony.
Yeah,
apparently he can
exactly.
still win an Oscar.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have to go, which in my
Everyone
opinion
has a
is
price,
great.
yo.
That's great. No, if I didn't have to go, alright, cool. Like, as long as I'm still winning my Oscar, who cares?
Yeah. I don't know whether these people have. I mean, I've gone into looking into the CIA a bit, and like, they're known for like honeypotting. They're known for, causing a look at Epstein.
Yeah.
It's quite an obvious thing that he was used in a way to get people to do things. Look at Prince Andrew, and
Yeah.
and I think as well, to just to go on that note of conspiracies and everything else, like our government, right, and our royal family, you've got nearly every criminal you could think of within all that. What they've done, they broke their own laws they made for us. You've got a pedo in the royal family. It's fucking nuts. Like, it is actually like a mad soap that you wouldn't put on at 8 o'clock in the evening, like EastEnders.
It's honestly, it makes me sick. A lot of the time, this is the worst thing. Like, a lot of the time, I've just got to actively not think about it because it infuriates me.
Yeah,
it legitimately infuriates me. Everything going up, and like, what is it? The cost of living's gone up 7%, and national
gas
insurance
and electric is fucking
gas and electric like through 50%. The roof.
Yeah.
Every national insurance is up. Paying the repayment for student debt's gone up.
Yeah.
Everything is going up.
Yeah.
And then you've got MPs claiming thousands of money for their electricity bills.
Yeah.
All of this, as you said, all of this shit that's happening, it's infuriating. And then Boris making rules and breaking them.
No,
but it's not even that he just broke it. He claimed he never broke rules.
He's still claiming now today. Yeah,
he's still claiming that.
Yeah, he's saying he did.
Even though it's confirmed.
Well, you can appeal against it, I suppose.
Oh my goodness! And there was people who weren't allowed to see their parents die.
And people died.
See their children die. See their babies born. Say goodbyes. It's birthday parties for 7-year-old children. Like, it's just mad that you couldn't see their friends. It's insane.
Yeah.
But he was fine. They're all having parties. And then when someone, remember that there was that I don't know if she was a female MP or journalist. Someone made a joke about it in like a conference or something. Forced to resign.
Oh yeah.
Forced to resign, or there was, and he was constantly putting pressure on people to resign if they were found to break the rules.
Yeah, it's literally
Is he-
like
is he
one
gonna
rule
stick
for
to his
everyone
own
else,
words?
one rule for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
But
But then it's the whole
like
clown
for the
mentality that
for
everyone
that
thinks
whole
this guy's
ruling
stupid.
class and shit.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
And then we keep manifesting it for them, saying the rich will get richer. The rich get richer while the poor get poorer.
Eat the rich.
The more we keep saying that, the more they're going to do it.
No, but this is the thing. This is why I respect France, man. Because
Mm.
they as soon as shit like this happen, they act.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
act.
Yeah.
They're because it's all the gas prices and all the energy prices.
We do
They
it as
try
well,
to-
though. If you look at Extinction Rebellion,
Yeah, but
they were doing it. Look what
Yeah, but it's
kicked in
not-
after they were going in.
it's not as much as
No, there's not as many
like what the
people.
French
There's
do
not
and
as many
shit like
people
that.
doing it. But the thing is, as well, now with the protesting and everything else, you know, you're getting 10 years in prison.
But this is the thing, that would be absolutely fine
Mm.
if everyone just decided to go and protest, because they can't lock us all up.
No.
They can't
But
lock
when
us
you
all
try
up.
for peace so much, violence will occur.
There's no solidarity though. And
No.
this is what I think is the problem, and I guess that's for a number of reasons, but potentially maybe the lack of community now.
Yeah,
just
the
no
idea
solidarity.
is divide and conquer all the time.
Yeah, of course,
All the time.
of
all
course,
the time.
and it's worked
Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah.
Because I feel pretty conquered right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then it's like England is so pumped by media and so pumped by. I mean, I spoke to a kind of hippie guy once outside a club, and he was just like, "I've never been to a country that is so bombarded by noise." You know,
I
it's the
imagine
Matrix
America
noise.
would be.
Yeah, America as well, but you think how far in the sticks you could be in some parts of America. But yeah, their news is, you know, their agenda now is looks like alien TV every day when I'm looking at things on the internet from it.
Yeah, I don't watch enough TV.
No, I mean, you know, your algorithm, my algorithm sends me nuts.
I can imagine.
But I look at it like, you know, I think we're still in a good part where our government's people. Because you know, I remember once you said to me in a tent actually at Boomtown, you was like, so we were laying there in it, and I think I was fucking hungover. I was like, for once, I actually can't have this fucking conversation. Like, I can't speak conspiracies or whatever.
Yeah.
And you was like, do you think that maybe that we're just, do you remember what you said?
Nah.
You said, do you think that we're just, like, I think we are, in a sense, the way you were coming across. Do you think that we're just the course of data or information to be produced so that AI can be produced?
Yeah.
Do you think we're just the guinea pigs?
Yeah.
And I just went on fucking hungover.
I still
Right
sounded
now,
like I was
I'm
going
unhealthy.
from the night before, mate.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah,
What was I spewing, man?
But in a
It's
way,
mad.
we are. I think we are a kind of, you know. There's so much. You think of we're simulating these things in a way. You know, your phone holds data now. It doesn't hold enough in itself, so it has to go to the iCloud. You know, we're replicating certain things. We don't quite know where consciousness is. There's a lot of things I'm watching where people
quite
do
mad,
have their
yeah.
understanding around it, but you're thinking along that way as well. And what scares me more is when that. You know, big corporations, once AI can really kick in, you know, even you know, one of those admin days is going to drive you nuts where you got to ring the council, you've got to ring Virgin because something's gone wrong with your fucking TV, it's 5 hours, 6 hours.
It's horrible.
You know, and what happens when it's all automated? Your government's automated. The decisions are made. They are kind of AI now, I suppose, with Boris's mind, because it's so unhuman. You know, you've got kids at food banks, and this guy's getting a £50 fine. You know, it's sickening.
It's that's the exact word.
This
It's
is
sickening.
Fuck the Politics podcast.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich. So what would you say has been your greatest win to this point?
My greatest win.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's a wild one. I don't even know. That's mad.
Yeah.
What's been your greatest win?
It's been my greatest win. Still being alive to this day.
I was gonna say something like that as well. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, man.
To be honest, I think
Very proud of it. Do you know what? Do you know what I think I'm most proud of?
Yeah.
I think the bonds I've cultivated with people through the years,
Yeah.
and still hold to this day, and the people I hold dear, man.
Yeah.
I think I've met some very, very good people.
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
time. Very, very good people, and
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that, I guess.
Yeah.
The more I think about it right now,
Yeah.
I think that's one of my biggest wins.
Yeah. So relationships are really important to you.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
that's me as well. I think relationships and experience. I think the reality is fake, but the experiences are real.
Wow.
You know.
The Matrix is.
Well, like, how could this not be a game? You know what I mean? We don't know that it is, but, you know, we're very good at being scientific and we're very good at understanding the material we're surrounded by, but the whole place is built on maths, you know? And it's like everything we're building within this place is built on maths in a sense. It's built on, you know, geometry. It's built on sound. It's built on all these different technologies that looks like how this is built anyway. We don't know what is outside of it, but Elon Musk said it in a way where it's like, you know, how can we tell if it's a simulation without being outside the simulation?
Yeah. And now he's about to buy Twitter.
Yeah, 41 billion. Yeah, change.
Chump change.
What do you think about the billionaires running social media? I mean, you've got Mark Zuckerberg, which I don't know whether Elon Musk would be bad for it or good for it.
I don't know.
Trump's going to be like, I got my in.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, bitches.
I'm back,
I'm
baby.
back.
Yeah.
I mean, because I saw that he ran that poll, like, do you think Twitter is
He's doing his market
it helps
research.
free does it help freedom of speech or something along those lines? And I'm pretty sure it came out with no or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But because I guess they ban people and silence people in a way, I guess. But yeah, I think that's why he started buying shares, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But then I think he only bought enough shares. If he bought any more, he wouldn't be able to purchase the whole company.
Yeah,
But he bought enough that he can still put in a bid to buy the whole company as a whole.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy who owns the NFT of Jack Dorsey's first tweet? So he bought it for
That's the owner of Twitter, isn't it?
I think it's the old owner of. I'm pretty sure he sold up, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure these guys.
I'm not sure. Yeah, they're just playing. They're just playing the game of life. They're not even taking this shit seriously.
They're winning the game.
But he basically bought the NFT for, I think it was like 2.7 mil or something like that.
Yeah.
Tried to sell it, and I think the highest bid was like $265 or something insane like that.
Yeah.
It's mad.
That kind of money you just can't even fathom. We were saying on the last pod, didn't it? You know, it's just, you can't even think how these people are or how your mind is.
Yeah.
You know,
Just can't even relate.
we're
to
constantly. I think, you know, building this again now. It's like the it's the energy chase in a sense. You know, how can I put it? It's like this pod I was listening to that AOD. She's like, you know, you want to play the game, or you like, say you're building the new business and you want to do that, but then it's like when you're on the website and you want to go to that page, but then a pop-up comes up and then that stops you. That's another roadblock. So it's like there's certain points where, you know, you have to get to where you're going, but there's certain roadblocks in between it that are coming up through that process. And it's like, do these guys even have that? Like, because you can just pay for that one.
Throw money at everything. Yeah, of course. Of course. There are no roadblocks when you got that much money.
No.
There's not.
No. You create roadblocks for other people.
Yeah. And I guess you could, in a way, you could create roadblocks for yourself. Or I guess there must be different roadblocks. There are different roadblocks.
I think I'm hoping there's going to be a change in social media. There is in the next 5-10 years.
What do you mean?
Like, I think it's going to be less corporation based. It's going to be more individual based. It's going to be more, when you look at how, rather than singular big family, like look at clothing in a sense, like your Gucci's and things like that. We were saying this the other day. I think it's going to be more based on the individual selling products for people now, and I think apps are going to turn that way as well. There's a cryptocurrency called Elongate, and they basically want to start a social media where it pays the people that are viewing and the people that are posting. So it will pay you, like, if you're viewing and liking and stuff, it will pay you that way. So they basically made a charity out of this crypto. Like, they're the good guys in crypto in a sense.
Okay.
I think it's called Spark. I'd have to check that. But I
haven't heard about this.
But that's how I think if that works, you know what I mean. But then you've got I think only a crypto company is going to be able to come up against something like Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. But look at TikTok, how much it's killing Instagram.
TikTok is pretty impressive.
Well, Instagram's copying, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The way they've come in,
yeah,
is actually really impressive.
And it's like either Instagram's got to change their
model.
Yeah, change their model. They're moving in Reels or they're moving in this, and it's not quite. It's not quite there yet.
Do you know what? There's just so many adverts and sponsored posts, and because you like this,
Yeah.
It's just turning into a load of shit, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it's too saturated, and that's where it's like, okay, new slate, let's move on, bang.
You're killing yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook's dead now. What is Facebook good for? Ads, that's it. Like, if you've got a business that you want to have, but then if no one's really looking at the data or their timeline anymore, it's dead. So,
I mean, do you use Facebook?
Not really. Not really
at
all. Maybe Messenger a little bit.
A tiny bit. And to be honest, I think the most useful thing for me is just remembering birthdays.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the most useful Facebook thing for me.
Yeah. So what's next in the Charlie chapter?
What's next? Well, as I said, I guess I'm in a bit of a transitional phase of my life in the way that I've basically taken a step back from work, jobs, traditional jobs, should I say?
Yeah.
And I'm just basically getting back to life and experiencing life, but also enjoying life, enjoying waking up excited again, because it's been a long time since I've really woke up
happy
every day, excited.
Yeah.
Because it's you're waking up for this reason or that reason.
You're getting up.
I'm getting up because I have to get up, and that's not a life I want to live. Obviously, maybe right now it's because I have that luxury, or maybe I'm just stupid and I'm just doing this stupidly, but it doesn't feel stupid.
But maybe from this you'll become smart.
Yeah, right. Well, right now it just feels, as wanky as it sounds or whatever, inside it just feels right, and I feel happy. Obviously, not straight away it didn't feel right. It felt very scary and intimidating. Let me not lie. But since, when I think about it, it just feels like a decision I've wanted to make for a long time, but maybe again I've been too scared to. Yeah. Just paralyzed from that fear of not having money, or just not having an abundance, or not having enough, I guess. But it's just been a long time since. I've waking up and being able to do different things. Waking up and being able to go to a Buddhist temple and just see what is going on, like taking in different things from different areas, and just doing things outside your comfort zone, speaking to different people, getting into different walks of life. Really, visiting the museum, having time to do things like this. I'm really just going to try and take a lot more in, and I've gone back to, I guess, as I said on the previous one, like just trying to rediscover the craft that I was learning of, like just, I guess, letting my creativity run through clothes and things like that. Just even just, it's not even necessarily to sell. It's just that creative outlet of clothes. And just
you're very creative in expression, though. As well. I mean, vocally.
So I don't feel like I've been the most eloquent today, but we move.
Most people are more than me, so don't worry about it. And I've got a fucking podcast, so.
But your mind is amazing, man, for real.
Oh,
but anyways, what is it? So you're saying you feel as if I expressed myself well, or?
As in vocally, I think you come across really well, and I think that, like, don't look at that as not a form of creativity as well. Because I've been a person of clothes, or the canvas is the only place you can paint something, but it's really, words are magical, and there's something you can really come across with people, and really you can hit people with words sometimes more than a painting or a canvas as well. And I think with the weird live, but I think with the weird live on, the only thing to me, and this isn't a bad point, but the only thing to me is that I felt you should have been more in that.
In what way?
As in, like, when you were filming people, when you were interviewing them, I feel like the fact that would have sold it more for me was if you was in that. You know, you were the one
Being-
talking. Yeah, but at that
Yeah.
point, that wasn't where you wanted to be. You know, and also you needed to do that to do this and blah blah blah. You know, but I feel like that's, you know, because it was your brand, and I'll always go back to this moment. But you already know what I'm gonna say.
This is for the people.
This is for the people that are working a 9 to 5. It's the best fucking speech I've ever heard.
appreciate
And
that,
I've watched a lot of speeches, but it weren't necessarily the words, but it was the passion that come from you. You know, and that wasn't even about the brand. That was about what you felt about the relationships you have and the people that made you feel to speak about that in that moment. You know what I mean? And it was like, it was almost like it was impromptu. Like you were just
I
like,
tapped into
I'm
the
gonna,
energy without
Yeah.
blowing my own trumpet. I definitely tapped into the energy.
yeah, and it was just vocalized, and that's where I think, you know, that was pure creativity. That was a mad moment, and I was like, rah. Even I think Victor was there with me in it, and he just went, bro.
That was definitely a special moment. And again, I guess that, do you know what? Going back to biggest wins, I think the We Live On in general, but particularly that night was that's got to be one of my biggest wins. Just because it felt like a culmination of a lot of things I'd worked on.
Yeah.
And I had, again, I guess going back to my bonds and relationships around, everyone was just there. Everyone that I loved and appreciated was in that room supporting something that I'd built from the ground up, something that I'd conceptualized whilst in Australia, not in the best mindset.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the imagery and things like that is based around my heritage.
Yeah.
And things like that, and like the slogans, like it's I guess the We Live On in general was in a way a culmination of my life and frustrations of the things that I'd seen of the people around me. Like, because I don't think, you know, I look to my left and my right at the people, and they're not getting what they deserve.
No.
And I think that's one of the main reasons I created it, because I did want to be that platform and that foundation that boosted, that just lifted everyone around me up. And it's not necessarily got to that point yet.
No.
We live, yo.
Yeah. But I find it is 10 years to make an overnight success. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that you're working specifically in that field. You know, I feel Dirty Rich built this. Most of the people from Dirty Rich that are coming on this show,
You
and
met
future
through Dirty
people coming
Rich?
on the show, and then
100%.
all the stuff that I'm going to be doing with festivals and stuff this year is through Dirty Rich. You
100%.
know, all the branding that I understand now, all the finance that I understand now. You know, it's like I didn't go to uni, but Dirty Rich was my uni.
That was your uni, yeah.
You know, and now all the merch I can make with this, all the fucking merch, people.
Yeah, there you go.
But like, you know, everything's a learning curve, and that's what I think it is. You know, whether it's a game, whether you believe it's religious, whether you believe whatever you believe this is, it's about relationships and experience and how to find joy in that. And I think what you're doing now is finding your synchronicity, like to your passion, to what you want to absorb. And like, you know, now from COVID and the rat race, you don't want to be getting up. And a lot of people have. I have that mindset. Like, I don't want to get up if I'm not doing something I want to fucking be doing. And it should be my human right. You know? Why are we trying to get human rights of humans, by the way?
Honestly,
anyway.
I can't agree more.
Yeah.
with
Surely
what-
they're
with what you
aliens,
said.
isn't it? The aliens would tell you, no, you can't get human rights.
You've got to work. Yeah.
So, well, yeah, bro. Well, let's call it.
Yeah, well,
Because I think I just got everything out of you.
I mean, there's a lot more, but we'll get into that next time.
No,
we'll
but
get into
yeah, just
I enjoyed this one-to-one
Yeah.
podcast, because obviously we're usually surrounded by friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting.
And you're just terrified to talk about conspiracies.
No, I'm not. No, it's not that. I'm not terrified. I'm just getting jabs off at people. I'm just trying to take the piss. I know. I'm in a much more playful mood.
No, we got to have fun on them ones anyway.
Yeah, today we tapped into a little bit more, bit more of
us and what we both perceive.
Yeah.
And we'll do it a lot more. And we've obviously got a show coming out end of the year, but we won't say too much on that. But that'll be
spoiler alert.
But yeah, we'll be diving into things that both of us find fucking nuts, with more of a episode per episode basis through the winter. Man. So good winter watching, and then, you know, people are going to see us tripping on ayahuasca for 13 hours. And you'll be like, Ryan, are you all right? And I'll just be like, it's coming out of the
What is
and
it
I'm
I
not
said in
even
that
talking
tent?
to you, I was talking to a tree.
Yeah. What is it I said in that tent? Oh,
Are we the Like, are we the guinea pigs for AI?
Are we the guinea pig? So I'm gonna say that on ayahuasca, and you can be like, not again.
Not
I'm back
again.
at Boomtown.
I'm not fucking talking to you today, man.
No, my brother, you know, I've got so much love for you, and I appreciate this.
No,
Man.
you too,
Always
man.
appreciate this.
Yeah.
My guy.
Good for coming on, man. I love it.
Love, man.
Yeah, till the next one.
Till
What
the
tune
next
should we have
one.
going out? I think we should do a little Will Smith mix.
I got in one little
Bruh, you need a DJ. we need Sam to come on and mix that for us.
Oh yeah, big up Sam with his, I think it was Radio 101, but I listened to his mix like 3 times now. It was pretty
Oh, is
sick.
it?
Yeah.
I'll give that a listen for sure.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, out. See. Hey. Dude, I love old school hip hop, man.
I know.
Me again, last but not least. Just want to say, if you're enjoying these episodes, the Patreon is still at $1.99, but I'm moving it up to $3.99 by May the 1st. So that tier will no longer be available. And if you do enjoy these podcasts and do enjoy the laughter and reality checks we are doing for people and the conversations we're having, and it's something that, you know, brings joy, and if you do have a bit of spare change on a monthly basis, it will really help me out at the beginning of this. You know, I don't want to beg, but I'm begging. So yeah, but yeah, it would really help the process. And me and Tron, you know, we want to keep working together, living together, hopefully not forever, but we're enjoying it at the moment, and we're both working extremely hard. And, you know, there's not millions in this at the beginning, so every little helps. And, you know, the more change I get, the more people I'm going to find, the more crazy conversations I'm going to have, and hopefully all our perspective on reality will change for the better. So, yeah, I do thank you for anyone that has helped so far, anyone that is listening, anyone that's spreading the word. You're amazing, and I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope we can keep doing this forever. So, thank you.